Kiara said, my boyfriend watches porn of a girl he knew back in high school. I've told him it makes me insecure and I don't like it. He continues to do so. What should I do?
Well, what are your choices? If he's not going to stop, if he doesn't see it as disrespectful, that's pretty clear. If it's somebody that he knew in high school, maybe he dated her. I don't know. Maybe he's turned on by it. But he's giving his sexual attention to another woman, somebody that he knew. Maybe they hooked up, maybe they didn't, maybe he wanted to. But if you're in a relationship, then it's just not a good way to go.
I think that's really disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
So
pissed.
so her choices are to put up with it or to tell him to hit the bricks if he doesn't stop, because that's those are not the actions of somebody that wants to be loyal and faithful and give all of his presence and attention to one person. He's just kind of like, she's a booty call. He doesn't really give a shit what she thinks.
Right.
He's going to do what he wants. And if she wants a man who's loyal and faithful, well, then dates somebody that shares the same goals and values and displays it, because that guy's not.
And she at least communicated with him. So that's already her, you know, doing the right thing to communicate. And he's kind of just saying, whatever.
Yeah, because if she sticks around and puts up with it, then she doesn't really mean the boundaries. Because the strongest negotiating position is being able to walk away and mean it. So you got to mean what you say. You can't say don't do this and then just stick around and put up with it, because then you're inviting more of that.
Yeah.
Your continued presence communicates that you're okay with it despite how much she protests. So if she's really not okay with it and he's not going to change, well, if you're not willing to accept it, then your choice is to go find a man who shares the same values and goals as you do.
Yeah.
Because you're not accepting reality if you stick around. And when we want reality to be other than it is, we're going to suffer. And so this is who he is. So go find a man who wants to give you what it is that you want. Don't try to change him. Don't try to fix him. Don't be doing the fixer-upper boyfriend. Caroline knows a little thing or two about that. He'd be perfect if I could just fix this one thing. Don't fall in love with somebody's potential. Love them for their reality. And if you don't like their reality, well, you're going to have to change it.
Saw my fiance's search history on Facebook. She's searching some of her exes.
Ooh.
Well, that tells me that she's got doubts. That's going to be natural. So she's probably looking to see what the exes are doing, what they're up to. Feminine energy's chaos. If she's super head over heels in love with you, she's probably not going to be doing that. If she's got doubts or fears, she's not 100% committed. I don't know what the situation is. Sometimes people get together with somebody that's not over their previous relationship, and it's kind of like a rebound. They get real serious real fast, and sometimes guys want to get engaged in a matter of months after a breakup, and so that's why it's best to date for like 2 or 3 years.
What to do if your perspective of self-value is based on a woman's validation?
So, well, your self-worth should be based on what pleases you. Because the idea is you're trying to reach your full potential. You're trying to create a life and lifestyle that pleases you, that you love, that makes you happy, that puts a smile on your face, that you're proud of. So you can share that with somebody else, that you guys can co-create a life together. So you got to get to a place in life where you really enjoy your time alone and being by yourself and can have a great time when you're alone. And because if you can enjoy your own company, then you'll be good company. If you hate being alone, you can't stand it, and you don't like your own company when nobody else is around, then you're not going to be really great company for somebody else. So that should be one of the first things that you focus on, is getting to a happy place yourself, because that'll solve a lot of those other problems.
He's talking to a girl that is getting involved in the military and he's afraid. What should he do?
Women in the military is one of the top 5 careers that people cheat in. So is she going to move away? Because a lot of times they get deployed elsewhere and they're gone for a long time. And if she's really hot and she's serving with mostly dudes, well, there's going to be a lot of dudes there that are not going to fucking care about you, or that you're married, or that that's your girlfriend. They're going to be trying to bust a nut in your girl. And so you just have to decide whether or not that, I mean, it doesn't mean that there aren't loyal and faithful women that go into the military, but if you're just starting to date and she's going into the military, it's, you got to understand that that's what you're going to be dealing with. You might not see your girl for 6 to 12 months if she's deployed in a base overseas somewhere. So is that the kind of life? Do you really want to be exclusive to somebody like that? That's going to be bouncing around? Unless, of course, you're going to be together and then she gets deployed somewhere and then you're going to go with her.
Do you think it's a masculine thing for girls to go to the military or no?
That's a good question.
Well, a lot of women do. And typically, because that is masculine energy, is going in the military. Just like, a musician writing a song is feminine energy because that's the creative force. But being in the military, you're basically, you go there to kill your nation's enemies. That's what you're there. You're taught and trained to murder bad people for a living.
Should you stay wary of military people or no?
Well, it character's destiny. It depends on, again, if you're going to get involved with somebody that's in the military, especially if she just went in, I mean, she's going to get deployed at some point. We got how many bases? A couple thousand bases around the world? 800 bases or something like that? 745, I think, is how many military bases we have. So there's a good chance that she's going to be somewhere else. And so is that the kind of lifestyle you really want? You got to think about those things. Do you really want to be in a relationship or be married to a woman that's, in Japan for 6 months or 12 months or on a submarine with a bunch of horny dudes?
My girlfriend gets upset when we are at a restaurant and waitresses are checking me out whenever we leave. She sometimes cries and finds it disrespectful when girls look at me, but also apologizes.
Just say, babe, you hit the handsome man lottery. Look at this hunk of masculine meat that no matter how many beautiful ladies check me out, and you can sleep tight at night knowing that I'm going home with you.
Yeah, she's really insecure.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And maybe you could say also, if it gets really super annoying, because I know women like that you got to say, look, babe, I love you, but this is your issue. You're really insecure about this, and it's kind of driving me nuts. Maybe you should go talk to a therapist about it, but I'm a loyal and faithful dude. I've never cheated on anybody. And so you need to stop giving me a hard time and causing drama about it, because it's not nice. It's not loving. It shows you don't trust me, and I don't appreciate that. I haven't done anything to give you any reason not to trust me, so I don't want to hear about it anymore. If you're insecure about a girl or whatever, it's like, keep it to yourself. Tell it to your therapist. I don't want to deal with it. I want to have a good time when we hang out, and you need to be respectful, because it's not very loving to, in essence, always presuppose I'm doing something wrong or some other chick's going to basically be able to come and steal me.
That sounds like she's got something deeper than that.
I think that's a daddy thing because it says that she cries afterwards.
Yeah, she didn't get enough
crying.
strokes as a kid. I had a girlfriend when I was younger do that, and I told her that it needed to stop, that I was loyal and faithful, because she was always going, oh, so-and-so's wife she was hitting on you and you were encouraging it. I was like, what are you talking about? It's just being nice. And I just sat her down and I said, I don't ever bring this shit up again. I don't want to hear it anymore. This is your issue. You deal with it. And to her credit, she never ever brought it up once again.
It's funny because the guy that I went out with to like a gym thing, apparently the girl was being friendly or a little friendly with him. I didn't even notice, but he brought it up to me. He was like, did you notice that girl was being super friendly with me? I'm like, really? And apparently I went to the bathroom.
It's because you gave him social proof.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're together with him at the gym, and so she looks at you and then looks at him and is like, huh, if he can get a girl like that, he must be something special.
Yeah.
It's little switch flips in y'all's brain.
But apparently I went to the bathroom, and he said that she started talking to him a lot more. And then when I came out, I guess she stopped.
She scurried away.
And I was just like, oh, okay.
That's what we were talking about yesterday in the 3% podcast.
Yeah. But I'm like, I'm not insecure. I'm like, cool. You're hot. It's nice.
But he became more attractive because if he'd have just gone in there by himself, she might not have even come over to him. But the fact that you were there with him, because every guy has had this experience. When they're single, it seems like there's like a pussy embargo. There's nobody around. It's like, where are all these girls? Mm-hmm. And then as soon as they get a girlfriend, it's that kind of shit's constantly happening. Mm-hmm. And it's just because that's the way women are. And the hotter your girlfriend is, and the other beautiful women see that, they're very competitive. And she didn't care that you were with this guy. Her attitude was like, screw her. He, he I'm so much hotter than that girl. It's like, what's he doing with her? I'm better than her. That's just kind of the way they think.
Mm-hmm.
And so she smiles at Caroline's face, but as soon as Caroline leaves for a second, she's really trying to work her date.
Yeah. If you can take him, you can have him.
There
Gotta
you
be
go.
confident. So that poor girl that starts crying, it's gonna be so
Sounds
unhealthy.
like a
Yeah,
mental
she needs to
issue.
cut that shit off.